but I'm determined that Kamala Harris will take the second district. We can do this. We can do this. And the momentum is ours right now. I can't believe the other guy. The stuff he's come out of his mouth, the stuff he's done just in the last week is so appalling. I know independent voters are going, no way in hell. I'm voting for Kamala. Maybe I don't know her as well as I'd like to, but I'm going with Kamala. You know, I've known Kamala Harris for more than a dozen years. We worked for years as attorneys general, taking on Big Pharma on the opioid epidemic, taking on the big banks who caused the housing crisis, taking on scammers who abused our seniors and scammed them out of their life savings. We worked together. I know her. Her character is solid. She is a good person with a pretty darn good IQ.
Yeah.
And I know Tim Walz. We've been governors together for 6 years. He's the head of our veterans advocacy for the governors. And he's an incredible advocate for veterans and for people. A coach, a football coach, took his team to the state championship and won. A guy who made sure that LGBTQ students had a fair shake in their schools and could form a club. A person as governor who made sure that kids didn't try to learn on an empty stomach, that there was universal free food in the schools. I think he stole it from me, but that's all right. We both feel the same. We value education. They're not about to just dismantle the Department of Education like the other guy would like to do. They're not about to tell people what version of history they should teach in the schools like the other guy would like to do. He would like to censor history, tell you what you can teach. Never heard of that. I love those little signs that say, Trump, low prices. Kamala, high prices. Really? Imposing a 10% tariff on everything we import? How could that not raise prices? Everything you import, computers, cars, groceries, clothes, everything would go up. Now, I didn't major in economics, but Mama didn't raise no fool. Simple math says to you that increases inflation, doesn't reduce it. Kamala has a plan to go after the mega corporations that are stifling us with price gouging. Go after the mergers of big corporations that are stifling competition, which raises prices. Common sense solutions. Help first home buyers put down the money for their first home. And bring down the price of prescription drugs.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
The other guy, he has no plan. He would let the pharmaceutical companies charge whatever they want. And health insurance? Forget about it. He wants to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Do you remember just a few short years ago when John McCain, that war hero, a Republican, cast the deciding vote to keep the Affordable Care Act in place? Thank God for John McCain. And because of his brave act, 175,000 people here in Maine have health care. But Donald Trump, he keeps saying, well, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago?
Hell yeah.
Yes! 2.8 unemployment as opposed to like 9% nationwide. 2.8 here in Maine, increasing GDP, massive amounts of jobs, new jobs for all Americans, construction, rebuilding. Yes, 4 years ago, we were in the midst of COVID. And when I was on those phone calls with all the other governors, with the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and what's his name, Pence, who's deserted him, we would say, Republicans and Democrats, we would say, we need testing. We need PPE. Please send us help. And you know what he said? States, you're on your own. You're on your own. And that's what he's saying about health insurance and health care. Sorry, you're on your own. The federal government can't help. Infrastructure, 4 years of no infrastructure. Why are our roads being rebuilt right now all over Maine? From Calais to Machias, Machias to Calais, Fort Kent, Madawaska, down Route 1, all over the state of Maine, roads are being rebuilt finally and bridges are repaired. And working waterfronts that were destroyed by storms caused by climate change, which is not a hoax. This Biden-Harris administration has worked as a team with our state to provide infrastructure help all up and down the state of Maine, particularly in the 2nd District, I might add. Yeah, we've had the help. We'll lose that if Trump becomes the president of the United States. So much. So those little signs that say, Trump, safety, crime, I'm going,
Crime.
She was a prosecutor like me. She put traffickers in jail. She went after people who scammed seniors and put people in jail. And the other guy, he went after 140 law enforcement officers on January 6th. He instigated a violent attack on law enforcement. 4 of them died. He's not against crime. He's a promoter of crime. Think about it. We can't have that. We can't have that. So anyway, I know you have other people to hear from. But I just laughed my head off. Some of the stuff that guy has said just in the last week, I won't repeat it, nor will I try to repeat his motion, his antics. It's just disgusting, disgusting.
How did you like their gender reassignment?
My gender reassignment. I'm too old for any of that. I'm still looking on the first assignment. Sorry, I didn't say that. But, you know, he said stuff about women. Just in the last, he can't shut his stupid mouth. When he takes on Liz Cheney and says 9 guns should be pointed to her face, I am appalled. Appalled. And other women in this country and other men are appalled at that kind of pro-violence antics. It's unsafe to listen to that man. And when he said, I'm going to protect the women of this country, whether they want it or not. Right? Whether they want it or not, whether they like it. What? We don't want it. I don't want his protection. I want my rights back. Woo!
Right.
Tim Walsh on the stump yesterday, some far-flung state, he said, you know what? The women and men of America, of whatever party, whatever age, whatever ethnicity, they're moving along. They're going to the polls, and they're going to send Donald Trump a message on Tuesday, whether he likes it or not. And that's what we got to do here in Maine. We can win